What's up everyone, this is Jack's Patch. I'm Jack, coming to you from the farm, and it is middle of spring. I've been away 1 week in the Lake District, north of England, and now I've come back and I've seen an absolute abundance in my plants. I've got my mum to water it for the week, and like I've come back and the cucumbers are getting their first true leaf. We've got the peas were sitting on each other, they've pushed through, but look at this lettuce. This is insane. I really need to plant all these out today. So we've got a Lola Rosso, an Italian, the little red tips to the leaf. We've got Endive Frenzy. This is called Drunken Woman lettuce. Pretty cool, bit of a mad name, but like abundant plant. This is doing the best one so far. We've got some mustard Mizuna. Red streak. I really love these leaves, look great. So we've got coriander, some more beetroot as we saw in the last video. Some's planted outside, that will show you in a minute. Yeah, some more lettuce. Red Russian cow, I love red Russian cow. Super thick tasty leaf. We've got like loads of leeks here. We've got onions at the back. More spinach, can never have enough spinach. Same with the kale really, I just absolutely love kale. This is a curly scarlet kale, so it's purple crispy curly kale. We've got blue, a dazzling blue, which is also like a purple stemmed kale as well, Cavo Nero. And we've got more Drunken Woman lettuce, but that's the lettuce from the winter. I'm going to do that in the winter again because it's done amazingly. Figs update, just still the one guy. But abundance, best time of year is spring, because this is where everything comes up. It's the most exciting time to like sow, you're planting, and you're getting an early harvest as well. Update, herbs are still doing all right up there. So we've got parsley, basil, they look a bit sad. Coriander, I really dislike growing coriander, it's just not my favourite. Bit of a flimsy plant. I've got some more over there, but I'll plant them outside, and I know they like it cooler, and it's going to be cool this week, so hopefully they'll shoot up. Again, more spinach, trying it in the boxes. The elephant garlic, it's done super well. Mint, you can't go wrong. More of that Drunken Woman lettuce, look at that, loads. But the tomatoes are doing unbelievable. I'm really stoked with how they're coming along, but I need a polytunnel. I've just found out can't really use this space in here. To be fair, it's not really that great. I'd have to rip all these raised beds up. These are all like sleepers. They're too heavy to bring out the ground. It'd be too much work. So I'm gonna get a little polytunnel for outside, and we'll have an abundance of tomatoes and cucumbers in there as well. We'll interplant some basil, some nasturtiums as well. Yeah, so that will be. And for winter, I could do some indoor salad greens as well. If you can hear that, that's just started to rain, so it looks like I'm going to be getting it wet today. We've got, so just an update, peppers, chilies, just a bit of basil there, I've only just planted, but yeah, they're coming along all right. I mean, these guys are doing better, and they're the saved seeds. So I've saved seed from the best plant I had last year, and by doing that, you've got the strongest plant. So like, you are extending that generation of like the strongest seed, and then therefore you get a stronger plant the next year. So yeah, pretty stoked with that. They've come along pretty well. Just if you want to save seed, just go on YouTube. There's plenty of videos on how to do it. Some are way easier than others. I'll just stick to the easy ones if you can. Like, so time is money with farming, so you want to do everything as convenient as possible for you. Yeah man, like if you want to get the So yeah, just make life super convenient for you. Do everything as easy as possible for you as well. Don't make things too hard. If you've got little projects, like I have little projects with the water butts and stuff, but once you know how to do it, this stuff takes like no time at all. All right, so it's all about making life easy for yourself. And gardening, farming, whatever you want to call it, isn't difficult. Growing food, it's just made to look difficult, but man, we can all do it. We should all be doing it. So guys, I will do a separate video on my worms. I've got one further down in my videos, probably like that second video I've done. But what's worth doing, worms in an old bathtub. So there's composting red worms in there, and they produce this worm rum. Looks gross, doesn't smell at all, but this is like liquid steroids for your plants. I super recommend it. I couldn't believe how much some of my plants shot up last year just from using it. So you just want to, I've just got some crates at the bottom. I've got this clutch so it's filtering through so the worms don't go through the plug hole, but the water does. And then we've got manure in here and some compost, and then hopefully, I don't know where they are, they're probably buried right at the bottom. There's somewhere in here. There they are. Those worms, and then they'll come up. Just put your food scraps on top, they'll come up and then bring it down, and then they'll just, also this will be full of worm castings as well, so you can tip the bath out, keep the worms to one side, and then refill it again with some more manure and some more organic material, and then you'll just produce some really good pockets of soil. So I'd like a few more of these, and then I can get loads and loads of buckets of this. I mean, I think I need to unblock the plug hole because normally this is filled up by now, and it's crazy. Just want to do 1 part of that to 10 parts water in your, turn around, GoPro, that's better. So what you want to do is put 1 part of that, 10 parts water in your watering can. Maybe you might be able to get away with 20 parts water, 1 part worm rum. And by diluting that, you get to spread it a lot more, and honestly, what that does to your plants is incredible, and you'll be seeing it over the next coming weeks, and yeah man, it'll be insane. Also, I done a second little organic fertilizer I'm doing. So I'm collecting the rainwater from the greenhouse along, dropping into these pipes, but under there I've got a little motor. There's 2 air stones going in there for like a pond air stone, going down to a mini little solar panel, which when the sun hits it, I mean it's overcast today and it's even still picking it up, but you want to just fill these guys up with rainwater. The air stone goes in, and you want to get a pair of tights, which I've still not done. Get an old pair of tights, and put loads and loads of stinging nettles in those tights. Chuck it in, tie it to the bar outside. You can do this on a lot smaller scale in a water butt, and then yeah, once the stinging nettles are submerged, the water goes through them, and the air stone just kind of like just bubbles the water a little bit, but it's pushing the water through the pair of tights, and it will filter out the minerals into the water. Again, another really super like organic fertilizer for your plants. They're gonna be enriched by it as well, and it just gives them that extra little boost just in case your garden needs it. So you've got always feed the soil. That's the most important thing, by putting these organic fertilizers in, so the worm juice would naturally come out of worms anyway. That is always in the soil, but you're just adding to it if you've got a lack of worms in your soil. And yeah, the stinging nettles, instead of having loads of weeds over your garden of stinging nettles, they actually bring health to your, so if you do see stinging nettles in your garden, farm, wherever, they're bringing health to that area in your farm. By concentrating the minerals in that plant, by making a little setup like that, then you can just add that to your garden without the weeds being everywhere, and yeah, health comes to your plants.